Enable menu narration. Disable menu narration.
Proceed. Oh, proceed.
Fire, flint, language, machines. In the face of crises, humanity adapted.
Yeah.
We became warriors, explorers, builders, dreamers flying forward.
But now I'm in my
Changing
room.
world.
45 in Paris, the highest temperature ever recorded. Lurking in Zeta, the world's worst Category 6 storm, is just hours from public thousands of residents are preparing for yet another night without power.
Earlier in the week in parts of all concerns will turn to the Baltic. Firestorms began in central Latvia.
Why does everyone care about?
Price of fresh water rose again today in the London Stock Exchange, hitting an all-time high.
I'm old enough to remember what that world used to be like. We had places we belonged, country, community, family.
Have ravaged 50% of global shipping ports, threatening food supply chains.
The population continues to riot in the streets.
Militaries to fortify their borders using.
At what point does a country stop being
I think this all has to do with things that come out of people's mouth.
Now there's millions of refugees
Maybe I should
in
read
every
more.
direction, except home.
Estimated 1.2 billion people have been displaced by the shocking chain reaction.
We call ourselves nomads, the non-patriotic, stateless warriors fighting for our survival.
The world's non-patrioted finally using science between Russia and the United States in their
Caught
quest
between
for
the
vital
last two superpowers as they circle each other, fighting for resources, threatening to draw us into a new kind of war.
This is the emergency broadcast system. A blackout event has occurred.
That has disrupted electronic communication.
I care about plants, and I don't care about.
Communications and navigation systems.
Yeah.
Causes unknown. Russia and the United States have been pointing fingers, escalating tensions.
Because that is what come on my mouth.
We're headed to Doha to keep
kid-
American
just kidding, this is
satellite
all a joke.
falling into Russian hands.
But I think this is
And to
ridiculous.
avoid all the excuse either side
There-
needs to send us
we should
straight
care
to
about what
hell.
comes out of our
We
mouth.
faced crises before. The nomads were born out
But
of it.
I'm on my
We
room.
are the warriors. We are the adaptation.
What is a gnome pet? Like that's a code name for something that hasn't
ours.
that hasn't really existed. Like you have a SpongeBob friend Patrick, and you don't have a Patrick, and it's like a big problem. No Patrick. But I want Patrick in my life. I would like to be SpongeBob. I would like to have a Patrick in my life. I wish that I have a Patrick in my life. But now it's so hard to go somewhere, know what you have to do socially to be accepted. And that all begins with what comes out of your mouth and what I take and what I give. But apparently I have some kind of like blood some kind of like soul guilt written within the fibers of the sky. And and that's why I have no pants. And no one told me to eat jam when I was young. So like all these things that you had to figure it out on your own. Now we're here, 2025. And there's no Patrick. No, I'm a SpongeBob without a Patrick. I need Patrick. But I cannot talk to the Patricks because I've taken too much, because no one really told me all these things from the movies were real. Now I'm sitting here and I don't know how to get my way out so easily. So I'm just stuck with all these games that have all these code names, like it begins here, no pets. That actually means just no Patrick. You want to be SpongeBob, who has a Patrick and who's happy. And when Octo comes along, that you're like, hi Octo, hi mean person. I'm not getting angry because you are angry. Those type of things. And they want to have a Patrick who's laugh together. There's no pets. I have not watched TV since I went on my room from my parents' house, and I have not watched SpongeBob ever since. And that is a big problem. That is since 2014 all the way up to 2025 without SpongeBob, without Patrick. And I'm a SpongeBob without a Patrick. Now, well, this is like 28 years later. It's like, just imagine like 2024 without a Patrick and SpongeBob. You're just going to places and no one tells you shouldn't take things. You should actually give, or the burden be upon your soul. And that's a bad thing. That's not what you want. No. She wants to give more than you take. Well, welcome to the new fibers of reality, where you only find things out of guilt, and then finding it out 10 years too late. Well, that stops today. Because I now know where it's coming from. But now I have to find out how to make it right, how to pay my debts, how to get to work. So that I can be strong. And then give to people which I've taken from. Sort of like my name is Earl, sorta. Because the more you take, the more, what is it? You want to have like the movies in your hand. You don't want to have like a subscription because it's like in the cloud and whatever. But if you have it in your hand, it becomes the world. So yeah, that is everything I learned that I can say right now. That being said, so yeah, it's like I didn't have a pet. This is just about not having SpongeBob without Patrick. But how do you know this answer truly? It's like through all these code names and no one teaches you what, and then there you have this subscription on your soul. It's like 1,000 Netflix movies that are putting curses on your head, which stops today. Try to think then. Oh yeah, and you haven't read for like 3 years? Oh, terrible. And then you have to somehow find the answer through reading this. Well, meaning with the sort of logic that no pets, it means you didn't have a Patrick, a best friend, for so many years. Now imagine having that until 2042. And somehow that is how you're supposed to know. And you're like, okay, I gotta now give more than I take. How was I supposed to know that? There was no way I would ever know that from reading this. But anyway, so like, okay, so then you have to make sense what you gotta do, and then it's give more than you take. From, I don't know, but all you have are these messages. So that's probably gonna take another 6 years of suffering until you find it. But now I'm here to bring you the truth. Because I gave to some religious causes. Boom! Things went better. It's just you give, and the machine of the world starts working around you in your favor. Sorta. And I think they say don't talk about Fight Club. I'm like, can I talk about this? I think I can, because if I see this, people give to the church, to the mosque, to the synagogue. That's from the Jews. You think like, I'm against the Jews because I like Palestine. Yeah, but okay, but it's like the world is some kind of like Earth. The world is some kind of like Earth. Good explanation. We all know the truth. It is the Earth with a core and everything. But even if you don't like the Jews, okay, just imagine this: the world is a cause fueled by 3 places, and that is the logic and the generational wealth and manners that all the 3 religions carry with them. And if you hate the Jews because you're a fan of Palestine, you think, I don't want to give the Jews money because they will attack Palestine with more money. I think that is actually the opposite of truths, because when you give something money, it operates better. If you starve something of money, it then starts to act weirder. So yeah, that is just a side. That's why that should not leap your judgment into some kind of way of depriving one religious cause from your money. But I'm not a religious freak, by the way. But this is it's like, you play a video game, you unlock something, and you're like, hey, now I can do this new move. I pay to the church. Whoa, I feel different, I feel better, and the words just come better to me. And it's like you unlock something in video games, a new move. Then I give to the mosque, and it's just like, there's more joy, and there's more funniness, and there's more seriousness as well, and everything that you don't understand from the Bible or from church, now you understand. It's so clear. It's like, woo! It's so good if you pay to the mosque. So yeah, like the waters be separate from the firmament. And you're like, what are they talking about? But you pay the mosque and you understand. You're like, and I can joke about it and no one gets angry. So that's kind of cool. Like, paying to the mosque is like, it's like the oil on the chain of the bike. And before you were sort of like a rusty chain on the bike. You still bike. Maybe you don't even hear the rusty, but when you oil the chain, it goes. It makes this nice sound, like the chain is new, like really nice. And then I paid to the synagogue, which is a family. Like, I don't know, Muslims and Israelis, they don't like each other because Palestinian. But that doesn't mean you need to deprive yourself from Jewish values around yourself, because. So I said it sounds like oil and smooth. You can joke, and where people are very like slow talking. Christianity is like, okay, no, I don't want to piss on religions, but I'm not gonna do that either. And that is the truth, because I think they are all very good. So, okay, so that is what I talk about. So then you pay to the Jews, to the synagogue. I said 20 euros. So I was like, this is my last money. I'm going to do it in there because I want to know. Because my father was a little bit mean and he's always like against Jews. I was like, Father, I'm gonna just like this last 20 euros, I'm gonna put it in the synagogue. Even though he talks about Jews, the Zionists, I was like, this is the last 20 euros, I'm gonna put it in the synagogue. And people were like, they have their things. They were waiting a little bit longer. And I could sit in that patience. That was like a new move. I could sit in the patience. and they would kind of like a surprise, like like these things that make it so nice that you can look at each other and see trust in each other's eyes. That is what I had when I paid the synagogue from the Jews. So like these are sort of like the different three things that I have from different religions. It's kind of awesome. Then they say like don't talk about Fight Club, but this is not Fight Club. A Fight Club is run by a fool that lets his house run to the ground and talks in himself in his head. But the movie's very good because it's sort of a boundary of like the worst thing could happen. Therefore, you have sort of a playing ground and anything in between, so that if he did not go to the absolute worst boundary he could do, you would not exactly you would not know what the worst thing was. That is kind of awesome about Fight Club. But if I watch Fight Club and I think, okay, there are rules. If I go somewhere, don't talk about it. No, that is just the rule of the person in the movie. And that is why I think it's actually good to talk about it. Because I don't think the church doesn't want you to talk about the goodness of the church or the synagogue. I don't even know how you say synagogue. Like the building of the Jews. I don't know how you say it. I just say synagogue. Because I'm saying good things. And I'm saying good things about the mosque too. They're all like... They're not enemies. It's just like different parts of liveliness. So, yeah. Continue.
It's enough. I only have time to explain this once. Inside the combat zone, there are two opposing armies fighting to gain and then hold sectors. The fight continues until one side runs out of reinforcements and is forced to withdraw. That's it. Now, how do you gain sectors? You gain a sector by securing the objectives inside. To secure an objective, clear it of all hostiles. Once one side holds all the objectives inside a sector, it's theirs. Holding more sectors than the enemy causes them to bleed reinforcements. You bleed the other team to zero, and it's over. You take the field. Sure, you can light up hostiles and whittle down enemy reinforcements. But matches are won or lost by capturing sectors. Eyes on the prize, people. Move out!
Heads up! New Cortex! U.S. forces in the vicinity! Wow. You think you can pass me through to them? I'll try! Hold on! This is Commander Connell. Who am I talking to? Kimball Gray, sir. Part of a no-pat task force on the ground. We're engaging the Russian ground forces. Unless you no-pats want to get caught in the crossfire, I suggest you join us. We got a choice? Where? Sending coordinates. See you on the field. So much for stopping a war. Squads, strategy's simple. Capture your objectives, take control of the sectors, and repel the enemy. We must work together! Take control of that objective! Monitoring your advance, no-pats. Take that objective and show the enemy no quarter.
Yes, I'm my favorite color, green.
We are about to attack. Locate and capture objectives. This battle's not over yet. Forward, boys! Let's move! We have secured more sectors. Make sure you defend them.
Is this online? Or is this... Oh, this is online. I actually wanted to do the story. Is there a story?
Intel shows no hostiles present. No pads, you are free to move on that objective. We should get that! Not moving!
Sector Bravo has been secured.
We control more sectors than the hostiles.
Tank, fall back.
Sector is no longer secure.
Sector Bravo just fell to the enemy. Our attack on Bravo 1 is underway.
Can't let them keep all those sectors. Prepare to counterattack.
Sector Charlie is under enemy control. The enemy has full control. Take back those sectors.
Got one of them!
Just secured Sector Alpha. Give me an update. Russian forces have sector control. Advantage is theirs.
Let's see if I can find a tank. This tank's not going away.
Still time, but our forces are paying a cost. targeting Bravo 1.
Attack on Bravo 1 initiated by our troops.
Our troops just seized Sector Bravo. We have taken more sectors than they have. Make sure we don't lose our advantage. An objective is under attack. Sector Alpha under Russian control.
Most sectors now occupied by hostiles. One of our objectives has been attacked.
Looking dicey. We're at half strength. One of our objectives has been attacked. Our forces have secured Sector Charlie. We have secured more sectors than our enemy. We have lost control of an objective. We've taken control of Sector Bravo. Russian troops have entered one of our objectives. Majority of sectors under our control.
Danger in the area!
Our forces are moving to attack Bravo 1. We have full control of Sector Alpha. The battle outcome looks promising. We control the majority of sectors.
Oh.
Enemy armor there!
Here. Here? Yes! But I want to play story. I understand. Agree. Understand. Is there a story? Election, free passport, profile. The pass. Play! Conquest breakthrough. Oh, there is no story. Oh. Oh, okay. See you later.